That's right, Rod. Day 2 of the 2023 NFL Draft tonight just wrapped up. This weekend, of course, all about dreams coming true, including for some former Huskers. Wide receiver Trey Palmer was not selected in the second or third rounds tonight, but he could be drafted tomorrow. He's listed among the top 20 receivers available. His speed and quickness have solidified him as an intriguing prospect.
Just be me. Like, I can't fake me.
Trey Palmer is a man of few words, and his passion for the game doesn't need much explaining.
Just football. I love just playing football.
The Louisiana native spent 3 years at LSU before spending just 1 season with the Huskers. Despite his short time in the Scarlet and Cream, he made a major impact. Palmer played in every game. He caught 71 passes for 1,043 yards and 9 touchdowns, shattering Nebraska's single-season receiving yards record.
Like, football easy to me. Like, I love football, so it just come easy. It's just my technique and the 40.
Palmer didn't have to do much to cement his draft status. He turned heads at the NFL Combine by clocking in the fastest 40-yard dash time of all wide receivers with a 4.33.
No, I was mad at my time, really. I wanted the 4.2.
Really?
Yeah.
Palmer has just one wish for his future team.
Anywhere they could throw the ball.
Now, as he awaits his dream to play in the NFL, he spent the past few weeks reflecting on his time at Nebraska.
Oh, those are the best guys in the world, man. They go always work hard, do everything right. Like, they just grinded just like me.
So whenever it happens and wherever he goes, Palmer's just happy to play the game he's always loved.
It really just a blessing just to be there. It was always a dream come true for me.
Well, Palmer's agency, Priority Sports, has set up a press conference for right after he is selected when it does happen. We'll continue to keep you updated on air and online at klkntv.com. I'll have more on tonight's draft later on in Sports, Rod.
All right, thank you very much, Lauren. We know affordable housing is really important for a lot of folks, and tonight 50 women came together to celebrate Lincoln's Habitat for Humanity. They made a pledge to raise $500 each with a goal of $50,000, and they did it. Those same women are now set to pick up a hammer to begin building affordable homes for 4 families beginning in May.
Safe and affordable housing is definitely an important factor in the United States, around the world today. It's also important for self-reliance, stability, for the children, definitely. Moving from house to house can also have an impact on your children going to school. So if they know they have a safe and affordable housing and an environment to live in good conditions, then it makes all the difference.
The initiative is called the 2023 Women's Build Project, and the new homes will take roughly 4 to 6 months to build and are typically appraised anywhere from $200,000 to $250,000. And speaking of building, Southeast Community College here in Lincoln had a special ribbon cutting ceremony today.
1, 2, 3.
It's a $30 million project that includes the Student and Academic Support Center. It has more than 10 new spaces that include an activity center, Veterans Connect Center, and several study rooms. Students are hoping it changes the image for community colleges.
I think that bringing buildings like this into kind of a more modern light helps with that image and allows students from high school or students that are non-traditional students like myself to see community college as exactly what it is, an incredible option for college. Just the amount of space allows for more tutoring, which is always good, as well as space that allows students to study.
The new space doubles as a wellness center that offers free therapy for students along with various support services. There's also a virtual learning center and recording studio for media arts. Well, today is Arbor Day. If you plan on planting a tree, a quick reminder, make sure you call 811. You can give them a call so they can come out and check for underground gas, power, and utility lines, things like that. Now, to help them, mark the spot where you want the tree planted with some white spray paint. Now, the same holds true when you're removing a tree.
So knowing what's below and knowing that if that tree has been there for a significant amount of time, there's a possibility that, there could be something below it that was put in, bored in with a machine later on if that's tree been around for 100 years. You just don't know. So it's always better to know what's below, call 811.
Again, the best thing to do, contact 811 before doing any digging. The service is free. The Lancaster County Election Office is opening its doors tomorrow if you want to vote early. It's going to be open from 9 to 11 a.m. After that, you can vote early at the main office on North 46th Street on Monday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Lincoln's general election is coming up on Tuesday with polls open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. This weekend, UNL is hosting a summit for teachers of color across the state. And Channel 8's Mackenzie Johnson joins us now live in the newsroom. Tell us more about this, Mackenzie.
More than 70 teachers and education students across Nebraska have joined together in Lincoln this weekend. It's a chance for them to connect with people of different backgrounds who may have had a similar experience in education.
All of us have room for growing and room for growth and learning. And so my hope is that they come here and are re-inspired, energized, they leave with new strategies.
UNL's third annual Teachers of Color Summit began tonight. It's a free event where all educators of color across Nebraska are invited to learn and connect with others.
If you've spent much time navigating across the state, you would see that the student populations are very diverse and from all walks of life, all different kinds of backgrounds. But our teaching population is still pretty historically, traditionally, currently predominantly white female.
Morales says even in colleges now, the majority of students going into education are white and female, which is why events like this one can help Nebraska's teachers of color have a sense of community.
Finding folks that look like you, talk like you, can connect to you on a cultural deep level is sometimes difficult. You'll have teachers of color that are the only one in their building, sometimes the only one in the whole district.
Morales says over the weekend, the main focus is how to use students' backgrounds, languages, and cultures in the classroom. And behind it all will be instruction on how to have a welcoming and inclusive teaching style.
Unfortunately, students of color are the most vulnerable students in our population as far as test scores and achievement gaps, also known as an opportunity gap. So we need to have more conversations, real conversations about what it means pedagogically as educators to really reach and teach those students that are our most vulnerable to reach and teach.
And by doing these summits, Morales says she wants this to encourage the next generation of students of color to become teachers.
I'm hopeful that this would be something that they would see as useful or powerful or meaningful, and to know that there is community.
And this event will be continuing tomorrow. However, registration has closed. But if you want to read more about the summit, you can visit our website, klkntv.com.
All right, Mackenzie Johnson from the newsroom tonight. Thank you for bringing us that story, Mackenzie. Let's talk about your weather now. We did receive some rain earlier, and boy, tonight, picture perfect out there for the sun going down. Here's Jessica Blum.
Yeah, Rod, I mean, we saw some showers on and off throughout the day. Didn't amount to much. We'll talk about some more of those events, but no matter what type of week you had, it just kind of ended on an epic note. Looking at the sunset that we captured here on our Barry log cam earlier, this is around 8:15, 8:16 tonight. Beautiful, so many colors. So it was just a beautiful end to tonight, but this is a live look at our Barry log cam now. Quiet out there. We've seen some clearing from the north now. Those showers certainly kicked out of the area once we saw some of the daylight heating escape us once the sun went down. So seeing some clearing now from the north and some cloud cover just left over in extreme portions of southeast Nebraska. We're still holding on to the 50s here in Lincoln, but some cooler spots off to the west, 43 in York, 40 in Aurora, 43 also in Central City, and a little bit warmer as you head towards the Missouri River. 51 still in Nebraska City, 53 in Fall City, and the winds have definitely calmed down from today, still out of the northwest, but they'll be picking up tomorrow. Temperatures going to be picking up as well, back into the upper 60s, if not low 70s, for a beautiful start to this weekend. Our warmer day looking like Saturday, but the wind is definitely going to be story, and some frosty starts as well. We'll give you some more of those details coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Jessica. And as we roll through spring, ticks are also enjoying the warmer weather. Researchers say there may be more this year after the mild winter that we had. Now, they aren't just pests. They can carry diseases that can hurt you or your pets. Lyme disease, for example, is just a start, as the bloodsuckers are prone to carry any number of parasites or diseases.
There's a massive host of diseases that ticks can spread. The only other organism that rivals ticks for the number of different diseases are mosquitoes. And I've always told my students that if ticks had wings, there would be a lot fewer human beings on this planet.
Experts say they hang out on plants and wait for something to pass by to latch onto. If you find one on you or your pet, grab some tweezers, pull it off by the head. and make note of any symptoms should they arise.
Now, your Storm Alert team forecast with meteorologist Jessica Blum.
Well, I showed you not too long ago how the day ended, but this is how the day started. We started with some rain showers throughout the area, really much of southeastern Nebraska, not seeing any measurable amounts of rainfall through Beatrice, Nebraska City, and Falls City. But as you look just north of I-80, York seeing about half an inch, just a little bit less, and more in Columbus and just along that area near Stromsburg and some cities just to our north and west. But here in the capital city, just under a quarter of an inch seen, just under 2/10 of an inch seen, but still some rain in and around the area. But tonight we've dried out. We've cleared out too from the north. We were just looking at that a second ago. ABC Seamless at 48th and Cornhusker showing a quiet evening to end our week, and we're starting to close out the month of April. Temperatures right now heading into the 50s right now in Lincoln, the upper 40s in some spots near Beatrice and Hebron, cooler in Aurora at 40 degrees and 43 in Hastings. But looking across the state, there's some cooler spots yet still. 38 still in Broken Bow, 34 in North Platte. So already getting into some of those frosty kind of conditions that we're going to be talking about here throughout tonight. Again, some of these temperatures tonight going to fall like a rock as well, as we just have calm weather now, those winds calming down throughout the day, clearing skies too, so some of the ingredients coming together for some frosty conditions overnight tonight. So looking at satellite radar, this is kind of what I'm talking about. The clouds have cleared out through central Nebraska and most of eastern Nebraska as well. Just some clouds throughout the Panhandle too and southeastern portions of the state, but really a clear night, so not too much to talk about in terms of what's going on over the next several hours. Really Stormcast painting that clear picture throughout most of the state as we go through this evening and into tomorrow morning. So some of the coldest parts of the day, right around 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, that's when we're going to see some of that frost develop throughout the day. And then again, some clouds starting to come into the picture as we go through the morning. But really this first wave as we come through the afternoon, some cloud cover as we see it throughout tomorrow, even though we remain mostly sunny throughout the day, could have a few sprinkles associated with them, a spot shower or two, even though Stormcast isn't picking up on that. Not totally out of the question as we go through the day tomorrow, and then we start to clear out and we'll have another clear night going into tomorrow night. So temperatures going to fall into the middle and lower 30s overnight tonight, those winds dying down out of the northwest, but this is why we're seeing some frost advisories issued through most of the area, most of us to our west, including Seward County, not Lancaster County for tonight, but as you can see, temperatures likely going to fall for some of us. And so if you have any sensitive vegetation as we go throughout this evening, it would be a great idea to take some protective action for some of those. Again, that goes through most of south central portions of the state into northeastern Nebraska through tomorrow morning. And then again, we'll see some temperatures, despite that colder start, go back into the lower 70s for a lot of us. So closer to near normal seasonable temperatures for this time of the year, but gusting out of the northwest upwards of 35 miles per hour throughout the day. And it's not even going to be just tomorrow's morning start. We're looking at Monday morning and Tuesday morning getting closer to freezing temperatures as well. So we still have a couple more starts to this week that are looking to be on the colder end of things before we start May. Temperatures going to be back in the middle 60s for a time. And as you can see, we're entering a quiet pattern into next week. And really a lot of sunshine is going to allow us to warm back up to the 70s by Tuesday, 80s by Wednesday and Thursday, and then rain showers possible by Friday and Saturday, but quiet and looking good for this weekend and all the plans. I know there's a lot of farmers markets and a lot of good things happening this weekend.
All right. Thank you, Jessica. Sports is coming up next.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Green's Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with sports anchor Lauren Michelson. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Well, a new coach for Nebraska football this season, and now the Huskers will have a new starting quarterback. Casey Thompson entered the NCAA transfer portal today after one season with the Big Red. Thompson completed 63% of his passes for over 2,400 yards and 17 touchdowns, and he remained a constant leader through all the coaching changes that last season saw. He sat out spring camp while recovering from shoulder surgery, but impressed coaches and teammates with his dedication to off-the-field preparation. Matt Rule said he was like a coach. Now, Thompson's decision paves a clear starting path for transfer Jeff Sims, a larger dual-threat quarterback. Thompson marks the third Husker quarterback to enter the portal this week alone, joining Logan Smothers and Richard Torres. Now there are 4 quarterbacks left on the roster, with Georgia Tech transfer Sims the assumed starter. Day 2 of the 2023 NFL Draft just wrapped up tonight. No former Huskers have been selected yet. Wide receiver Trey Palmer is a likely pick for some time this weekend. He's listed among the top 20 receivers available. But tonight continued to be all about that Big Ten talent. The Big Ten had 20 picks in the first 2 rounds alone, the most from the conference ever in the common draft era. Joey Porter Jr., following in his dad's footsteps, got them off on a strong start tonight. Iowa then showing out with their talent too in Sam Laporta to Detroit. Nebraska baseball looking to bounce back after what Coach Will Balt called an abysmal focus following the Huskers' loss to South Dakota State on Wednesday. The first of a 3-game home series against 11 and 28 Minnesota started tonight. A chilly day will not keep Husker Nation away, though. Top of the first, Gophers up 1-0, and that lead increases thanks to this double by Ike Mazenga into right center. Minnesota takes the 2-0 lead early. Nebraska looking for some runs with Bryce Matthews on base, and Gabe Swanson delivers with an RBI single through the left side. Huskers cut into the lead to make it 2-1. Bottom of the third now, Huskers down 4-1. Swanson back up at the plate, launches one out to right field, a 3-run shot in his 11th home run of the year to put the Huskers back in it. But Minnesota scores 5 in the 9th to win 9-7. Huskers will be back at Hawks Field tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Big weekend for Nebraska softball, facing the team atop the Big Ten in Northwestern. Scoring starts in the third. 2 on for Hannah Cody as she crushes this 3-run shot into left field. That puts the Wildcats up 3-0 early. Same inning, the Wildcats begin to pour it on. A grand slam from Jordan Rudd as Northwestern scores 11 in the third alone before tacking on 11 more in the fourth. The Huskers lose big to Northwestern, and those Wildcats haven't lost a game at home yet. Nebraska volleyball takes to the court in Central City tomorrow for their spring match. The tickets sold out in just about an hour. Those 2,000 fans can expect a whole lot of new for this Husker team.
We've installed a lot. We're trying a lot of new things that we're capable of doing, which has gone really well. This group has had a great learning mindset, and so they've worked really hard to try to get better, and so it's been, these guys have done a heck of a job, and it's like this every day.
Cook says the Huskers will play a regular match, and it starts at 2 o'clock. You can watch the action on Nebraska Public Media and the Big Ten Network Plus, or listen on the Huskers Radio Network. I'll be out in Central City all day for all the excitement, Rod.
All right, thank you so much, Lauren. We'll be back right after the break.
I'm Lyrian Gaylor-Baird, and I've worked hard to make Lincoln an even better place to call home for my family and yours by adding more police officers every single year to keep all our neighborhoods safe. Investing over $200 million in streets to help you get where you need to go. And making Lincoln one of the best cities for economic recovery to expand opportunity for everyone.
Come on, Mom.
I'm Lyrian Gaylor-Baird. Join me to keep Lincoln moving in the right direction.
Spring is here, and Acres has special financing on all John Deere lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. Get your yard looking great and use John Deere's wide selection of attachments to landscape your property to perfection. And for a limited time, with a purchase of a new John Deere mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home for steel products and service. Acres, solutions for every field.
Be the envy of your neighborhood with an ABC maintenance-free home. Lifetime steel siding, lifetime steel roofing, and premium windows. Get the look the way you want it. Learn more at abcofnebraska.com.
Auto Sounds of Lincoln is having a 40th anniversary sale all month during April with 40% off all in-stock speakers. Come out April 22nd from 9 to 5 p.m. for prizes, giveaways, and discounts. Auto Sounds of Lincoln, 48 and O Street.
For the quality furniture you're looking for, make the drive to Beatrice and visit Sheer Quality Furniture, offering free delivery to Lincoln. High quality furniture at a great price. Sheer Furniture in Beatrice.
Green's Furnace and Plumbing has been a familiar Lincoln institution offering 24/7 service for over 95 years. Swing by to check out our deals and financing on Lennox furnaces and air conditioners. Get the customized comforts you deserve from Green's, your local Lennox dealer.
At Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach, we're serving more people than ever before.
Join us in expanding Bold Hope in our community as we strive to end hunger and homelessness and provide recovery resources for those in need. At Matt Talbot, Bold Hope expands.
H&H is the place to call for all your roofing, siding, and gutter needs. If your roof is damaged or simply needs an upgrade, H&H has you covered. Don't sit on a waiting list. Call us and get your roof fixed now.
H&H Roofing, we've got you covered.
I went on many tours. I went all over Lincoln. This was the place that I got drawn to because of the people. I thought it was a perfect fit for us, so I can look back in retrospect and say, you know, I think I hit a home run on this one.
Pop the champagne, humanity. We've done it. Celebrate your night with big winners, shocking thrills, and living legends.
You know, I've always thought of you as Dave Jr.
Every hair on my body is standing up right now. Jimmy Kimmel Live, new weeknights on ABC.
Young people are becoming more comfortable expressing their identities. A new study shows more students are saying they're part of the LGBTQ+ community. The CDC did the study, and it reports about 1 in 4 students identify as such, raising about 15% between the years of 2015 and 2021. The report suggests young people are speaking up on how they relate.
With some of the new wording that's come out, I don't think that it's changed how people feel. I think that it has put a name and a description to what people were already feeling.
And Brooks says students sometimes make their feelings known by telling someone they trust, which can be a teacher in some cases. The Environmental Protection Agency gave the green light for summertime sale of E15 today. When it comes to gasoline, regulators issued an emergency waiver that will allow it to be sold nationwide. The EPA is hoping to make gas cheaper and cut down on foreign oil dependency. It's normally not sold in the summer to cut down on pollution, but the EPA says the war in Ukraine makes the availability necessary. The waiver goes into effect on May 1st. While he was governor, Senator Pete Ricketts pushed for more E15, and he was happy with the EPA's decision. E15 is a win for everyone, he says. It saves drivers money at the pump, helps clean our environment, and create jobs here in America. That's why it enjoys bipartisan support. Today's announcement is good news, but our producers deserve a more permanent solution than bureaucratic waivers. All right, let's talk some weather now. Tornadoes passed through several areas in the south last night, and it comes as communities along the Mississippi River deal with record floodwaters, and those floodwaters could even get worse. ABC's Melissa Adon has more.
A stormy night across Texas with tornado warnings and watches gripping the central and eastern regions. You can see the splashes from hail landing in this pool in San Antonio.
This is a very dangerous storm.
The new storms following the damaging weather that brought 5 confirmed tornadoes through Florida's panhandle, including an EF2 tornado in Hosford with hurricane-force winds over 125 miles an hour. In Corinth, Mississippi, a gas pipeline erupting in flames from what officials believe was a lightning strike. The governor of Iowa calling a disaster proclamation as the Mississippi River floods communities throughout the Midwest due to the rapid melting of a giant snowpack. ABC's Alwyn Lopez is outside Davenport.
Major flooding cutting off roads like this one. The only way that residents can get out here is by boat. The local energy company is shutting off gas, leaving people without an answer as to when their services will be restored.
The USDA halting barge traffic on upper areas of the river until further notice. The snowpack issue not only impacting the Midwest, but also California. In anticipation of floods from the Merced River, parts of Yosemite National Park have been shut down. The park says they'll stay closed until at least next week. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And finally tonight, a UNL student recently received a sizable chunk of change to help him out when it comes to college expense. King Apetz won the Liv Moss Scholarship through Taco Bell. It's a $25,000 scholarship, the highest amount awarded through the program. King's been working at Taco Bell for over a year now, which made him eligible for the award. He's going to use it to help pay for his studies in art and business marketing. It's one of 42 total scholarships that was awarded. To learn more about the Liv Moss Scholarship, you can visit our website, klkntv.com. That is a good chunk of change, and everybody out there who went to college or trade schools, what have you, community colleges, you know those bills can rack up really fast, right, Jessica?
Yeah, they can. I have that experience.
You graduated not too long ago.
I did. It's coming up on a year, yeah.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the weather because the weekend is here. Didn't get a lot of rain earlier today. Anything is better than nothing, but looks like it's going to stay dry for a while.
Yeah, but that moisture from this morning definitely contributing to some frost development overnight. So that's why we've got frost advisories across the state right now. Clearing conditions, already seeing some cooler temperatures as well. So those shaded counties in the blue tonight under a frost advisory through tomorrow morning. Temperatures today didn't go very far, but we did end up nearing the middle 50s today, but just nearing, again, a little bit above, a little bit below 50 degrees, and we're sitting at 50 degrees exactly right here in Lincoln still, but as you can see, Aurora still down into the 30s already, some 40s still out there as well, so not unimaginable that we'll get down into the 30s, middle 30s and lower 30s tonight, and then going through the rest of the weekend, middle 70s, lower 60s on Sunday, start of May on Monday, and then 80s by next week.
All right, thank you, Jessica. And as always, we thank you for watching. Have a great weekend.
With the Channel 8 News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
Need a better night's sleep? Come see us. At Comfort Made Mattress Factory, our custom-made mattresses are built to your needs, backed with a lifetime comfort guarantee.
Have you been thinking about a new deck? At Divine Decks, we can handle all your custom dream deck needs from start to finish. Your dream deck is waiting for you at Divine Decks. Call us today or schedule your consultation at divine-decks.com. If your deck's not fine, it's not divine.
Heartland Weight Loss is not the same old eat less and move more strategy that's failed you. Obesity is a treatable medical condition, which health insurance typically provides coverage for. Dr. Familia is board certified in obesity medicine. The management of the disease of obesity involves a comprehensive approach, including medication. Dr. Familia can advise you about all your weight loss options. Visit our website for more information or call 402-GET-HELP to schedule an appointment today.
Right now at Ernie's in Ceresco, we're not having a sale, we're having a free-for-all. It starts with the best prices on the best selection of furniture, authentic Amish furniture, flooring, mattresses, and appliances. Then we make it a free-for-all. Free driveway delivery, free in-store add-ons, free $100 coupon on flooring and more. Plus, interest-free financing for 36 months. The free-for-all. On now at Ernie's in Ceresco and Ernie's Mattress First.
Are you finding large amounts of dust in your home? John Henry's is the perfect solution for you. We provide an exceptional duct cleaning service using the most advanced air duct cleaning system available. Contact us at 402-435-5555 or visit us at jhlincoln.com.
Every wrinkle, every laugh line, every memory. You've earned every single one. You've also earned the right to regain the energy you once had. Take back your life with a tailored treatment plan from Limitless Mail. Age well, you've earned it.
Are you ready to change your future? Now hiring all positions. Come in and apply or apply online. Not just a job, build a career for yourself, for your family, for your future at Stonebrook Exterior.
Elegance and style go a long way in accenting your home, and so does the smile that stays with it. Our job is to take the worry out of the work and find that style and smile to match. Carpets Direct, 48th and Highway 2, Lincoln.
Hi, this is Chris from Quick Connect Computer Services. We are expanding and we're very excited about it. We're going to be able to fix more computers than ever. We're going to have more inventory on hand and we'll be able to better serve the Lincoln community. Visit us at 48th and O Street or online at quickconnect.com.
Trillion Health and hormone therapy, peptide therapy, gynecology, sexual medicine, medical aesthetics. Offices in Omaha, Lincoln, and Norfolk. View our schedule and book online at trillionhh.com. Insurance accepted.
Broke spring, damaged sections, Ultimate Fixes Garage Doors. Broken cable, broken hinges, Ultimate Fixes Garage Doors. Loud doors, broken operators, Ultimate Fixes Garage Doors.
If you're having any problems with your garage doors or openers, give us a call at Ultimate Garage Door Services today.
Tune into Channel 8 News covering Gage County.
Jimmy Kimmel Live. Tonight, Jake Gyllenhaal, Whitney Cummings, and music from Boy Genius with Cleano and the Cletos. And now, Jimmy Kimmel.
For cannabis lovers here and around the world. It's 420 today, also known as Hashoshana, Bon Kippur, Happy Hanukkah to all, whatever you call it. This is the holiday where parents leave milk and cookies out for themselves. And I haven't smelled so much weed out on Hollywood Boulevard since yesterday, I think, actually. Every day is 420 here in Hollywood. The origin of 420, if you don't know, goes back to a group of high school students up in Marin County who called themselves the Waldos. They would meet at a statue near their school in the early 70s to smoke joints at 4:20 p.m. They were supposed to meet at 3:20 p.m., but you know how that goes. So, and somehow this got around, and now it's 4:20. Some people think 4:20 is Bob Marley's birthday. It's not. That's in February. It is his son's birthday, though, Bob Marley's son. But Bob Marley had a lot of sons, so the odds on that were really actually good. I will say it has been interesting over the last 20 years to watch the media, specifically the news media, go from never, ever even mentioning pot unless like a bale of it washed up on the beach to just absolutely giggling and giddying it up about it on 420.
It is Cannabis Christmas for weed lovers.
420, never 420.
420, that's when you toke up.
Okay, so puff, puff, pass.
The first 420 in Missouri since the state legalized recreational marijuana.
I'm kind of giddy about this.
To be blunt, it's all about getting high today, right?
We all know what today is on the calendar, so there's no beating around the kush.
It's going to be warm enough. You can go out and toke it easy, you know, and just be... Take it easy.
Let's talk about weed.
You mean marijuana? Lighting up for a dance with Mary Jane.
Oh my. Edible. Those brownies, where you at?
Chronic. Dank. Puff. The sticky icky.
Ganja.
The devil's lettuce.
The wacky weed.
420.
420.
420.
420.
420.
420, we are allowed to talk about the weed. We aren't allowed to mention it. It's Hitler's birthday.
How disappointing. Well, but that's true. It is. Hitler's. It's also Hitler's birthday today. It's National Marijuana Day and Hitler's birthday. It is a day celebrated by the most and least chill people in the world. Some reporters even ventured out in the field for 420, including Charlie Langton of Fox 2 News in Detroit, who followed this bong-hitting report from the parking lot outside the Detroit Herbal Center.
By the way, we're here on Wyoming and Linden, west side of Detroit, at the Detroit Herbal Center.
Right. So, what was that last question?
Where are we going? Where are you guys going after this?
Well,
think about it.
Yeah, the bus driver. Yeah, okay.
Jackpot. All right, so there's a jackpot here.
You know what? A local news person finding a guy named Jackpot is indeed a jackpot. And then, with Jackpot at his side, the TV interviewer suddenly became the interviewee.
As far as do you partake, Chuck?
Well, sometimes. I just heard live. Jay, well, this is live television over here. My mother's watching the show.
I hear you asking questions.
These are good questions, and they only got better from there.
Do you think weed here? Pay attention. Do you think weed is becoming more acceptable now? It's like mainstream.
It really been acceptable, and you know, it just more people, you know, can do it like freely. You know, it's back there.
How long will this last you? About?
How long will this last me? This gonna be gone before we get out the lot, man. Free weed. Here, grab you some. Grab you some.
You get weed. You get weed.
Everybody's very friendly around here.
That's right. That's how you make America great again, right there. Get a jar full of nuns and hand it out. Today was also the day SpaceX, Elon Musk's company, went ahead with that rocket launch they had to cancel on Monday. This is the launch. They dressed things up a little bit for... wait a minute. I think we may have the wrong video there. No, this is the actual launch. This is what they call the SpaceX Starship. They're calling this the most expensive penis overcompensation in American history. The Starship was in the air for about 4 minutes until multiple engines went out and it blew up, which for some reason elicited a big round of applause from the company. The rocket experienced what SpaceX called a rapid unscheduled disassembly, which it's the same thing that happened to Twitter when Elon Musk took over. It's called a, I have to say, I have to hand it to them. Rapid unscheduled disassembly is one hell of a way to describe your rocket blowing up. That's up there with wardrobe malfunction and conscious uncoupling. But that disassembly cost SpaceX $3 billion, which is, you could defame 4 different voting machine companies for that much money. Elon's defenders were quick to point out that this was only a test and the rocket was actually supposed to explode, which is definitely what I would say if my $3 billion rocket exploded. They've not been able to explain the damage he's done to Twitter, though. Today was the great de-checketing on Twitter. Basically, if you didn't sign up for Elon's $8 a month plan by today, you lost your blue verification mark. So some of the world's best and brightest had their checks taken away this morning, including His Holiness Pope Francis, Her Holiness Oprah, and somehow I lost my blue check, but Jimmy Fallon got to keep his blue check. I guess it means he's the only real Jimmy now. I don't know. And guess who else still has a check mark? You ready for this? OJ got to keep his check mark. I guess you don't want to make him mad, though, right? I mean, this who still has a check thing is interesting because both Stephen King and LeBron James publicly said they would not pay for Twitter, and yet they still have their check marks. And people are speculating now that Elon left their marks alone to shame those guys publicly, which is the only company that can embarrass you by admitting you pay for their product. It's really just Twitter and YouPorn, and that's it. And while this might not seem like a big deal for a lot of celebrities, this is like the hardest thing they've ever been through. Losing my check, it kind of feels like losing my virginity in a way. It's like, it was confusing, it was glitchy, you weren't sure what was going on, and it happened just like that. It was done. I mentioned earlier, today is 420, and for that reason, it is time now to play the 420th game in the whole world. It's called Who's High? Our announcer, Lou, is out front of our theater on Hollywood Boulevard. Lou, it looks like you're high just to start off with. Is the light bright out there?
It's so bright.
I mean, I can't see your eyes at all.
Well, contrary to my hairstyle, no, I am not high. It's just this really bright light.
Okay, that sounds like a lie, but all right. So you got 3 pedestrians there. 2 of your pedestrians are not high. Is that correct?
That is correct.
1 of your pedestrians is high. So, and your job, contestants, is to try to trick me. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right. So now Daniel's the only one that responded to that question, so... Okay, all right. Let's start with Natalie. Natalie, where are you from?
Hello, I'm from Texas.
Yeah, what part of Texas?
A very, very small town in Texas called Lufkin.
Lufkin, okay. Yes. All right. What are your hobbies, Natalie?
I like to do photography, event decorating, and I even play an instrument.
What instrument do you play?
The flute.
Oh. It's kind of a high thing, right?
Kind of.
You still play the instrument, or was it just a high school thing?
I do it occasionally, yes.
Okay. And do you ever smoke out of it? All right. Let's meet Daniel. Daniel,
yes.
Where are you from?
I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Daniel, would you mind removing your glasses so I can get a full look at you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. A little bit? Look, he's laughing already.
Sorry.
Yeah, let's zoom in a little closer on Daniel's eyes. And okay, so there's... This is like a Visine commercial all of a sudden.
Is that good?
All right, Daniel. What do you do for work, Daniel?
Professional skateboarder.
Oh. Oh my God. So you might as well have just told me you're the guy, right? I mean, all right, let me talk to Linda then and see. Linda. Now, Linda, they like to be tricky. And Linda, just kind of looking at you, you seem like you'd be the least likely to be high, which makes me think maybe you're the most likely to be high. Linda, where are you from?
St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada.
Oh, you're from Newfoundland. Have you been to Dildo there?
I was just going to mention Mr. Absentee Mayor.
Well, yes, I am the honorary mayor of Dildo, and I'm not visited the town, but one of these days I will get there. But let's focus on you. Is cannabis legal in Newfoundland?
Yes.
How long has that been the case?
I didn't notice. I'm sorry, I didn't notice.
That either puts you on one side or the other. I'm not sure. All right. Well, okay. Yeah. What do you do for work, Linda?
I'm a retired dentist.
A retired dentist? Yes. Okay. So all dentists are on drugs, right?
We certainly know them.
You ever